Welcome back, Basham family. Guys, go ahead, sit down, grab you a body armor because Drew's pregnant. Usually it's coffee. But
usually we would say grab you an iced coffee and let's get into this chat. But iced coffee has officially left the chat. Like iced coffee is
what even is iced coffee?
I miss it so much, but on another note, I really don't. Like it's been like 3 days now. And I got one from Starbucks today and
you didn't even drink it.
Because it just doesn't taste the same. It just doesn't hit, it doesn't hit the same.
But you know what always hits? Freaking poppy, cherry limeade poppy.
Actually, this strawberry grape body armor, if you can find it, it legit tastes like a juicy juice. Like, you know, when you're a little kid, juicy juice? It's so good. Okay, so a few days ago, I had asked you guys over on my Instagram. I'll pop my Instagram up on the screen if you guys don't follow me. Make sure to go follow me and Gabe over there.
Oh, sure.
Because a lot of updates will be over there as well. I asked you guys to ask us some questions over there on Instagram, just about the beginning stages of pregnancy, how to, like, just any question you might have. And they were all pregnancy questions. Even if you didn't want to ask a pregnancy question, we were going to answer it either way. So let's get into those questions. So one of the main questions I got is, how am I feeling and how is Gabe feeling? So I'm going to let you go first. How are you feeling since finding out that you're gonna be having your first child and that your wife is pregnant?
Oh man, so the whole thing in a nutshell was it was a complete and utter surprise. Me and Drew had been, trying to get pregnant since really we got married. Yeah. About a month or two into being married, we started trying, to have a baby and extend our family even further than it already is. Mm-hmm. And through my health and different things that you guys know about, with my pituitary tumor and everything, it just made things difficult. And so me and Drew just prayed to God every time, every month we tried. And we were just believing and trusting God that one day he would bless us with that baby. So I was actually out fishing when Drew found out she was pregnant. I knew it was around the days that she would start testing after, everything would happen. And anyways, I guess the way I feel about it, not only am I surprised and extremely happy, if you can't tell, I am just super thankful and grateful that God blessed us. So the way I'm feeling is grateful, blessed, and just so overly excited and happy to be able to experience this with my sweet wife and push out a little baby.
Yeah, well, I'm pushing out the little baby.
I'm not pushing it out. How are you feeling about being pregnant? And kind of like what I said, I'm curious to know, and I think they are too. How are you not only feeling now physically, but also emotionally, mentally, when you found out to now, and kind of the digression or like the transgression?
I guess initially I was completely shocked, like Gabe said, like, cause shocked, surprised, like, and people were like, why were you so surprised? Like, what happens when you're married and you do things, and it's like, yeah, I know, like, obviously, but like the fact that it actually worked and happened and it just is like happening right now was just so shocking and so like exciting in the same way. But then the beginning of my pregnancy was just filled with fear, and I wish that I wouldn't have been so fearful. Like, I literally took 1 million pregnancy tests a day. I literally was like just like shocked. Like, I feel like I wasn't myself. I was just like this, like, all the time, like, what's happening? And then I really didn't have any symptoms at first, so that also made me feel like it wasn't real. And then we went up and got our first ultrasound. Yep. And I had some symptoms where I was tired and not feeling the best. But now I am feeling fully, like, I'm like, okay, girl, you're pregnant. Like, it's like,
guys,
yeah. And it's not anything like different than what I've seen on the internet. Like, I have really bad morning sickness, and it does kind of carry out throughout the day if I don't get up and eat something. Like, if I don't eat initially, like in the morning, I'm like in bed all day. But me and him have been doing really good at, like, he's been getting me crackers, snacks. If I'm hungry for something, he goes and grabs it for me. Those types of things. Like, right now, I feel like we're just trying to, like, learn, like, my body, because it's obviously changing every day.
Right, exactly.
And so mainly just Bruiser's bumping the camera. Yes, like I said, initially shocked, excited, and now I'm just more excited and ready to, like, meet our baby and find out the gender and all those things. Which, speaking of the gender, we found out today how we're going to be doing it, and I'm really excited. Are you excited?
Yes, I am very excited.
I am really excited.
Initially, I think we kind of came like a good point in the middle of what we're going to do now, because I feel like we were going to do it like a big gender reveal with our friends and our family and everything like that, and just really go big with it. Yeah. And then me and you also kind of came back and were like, okay, what if we just did it me and you by ourselves and not really do a reveal?
And then Gabe was like, well, if we do it just me and you, I'm just going to open the email. And I was like, you don't want to do the cake. You don't want to do this. And he's like, no, like if we're going to do it at home, we're just going to open the dang email and look. And I was like, you know what? I get it. Like, what's the point of spending money on stuff if it's just like opening email? So we kind of like been like sitting on like not really knowing what we were going to do. And then today we were like, okay, we're doing that.
We know what we're going to do.
We're doing that. So we booked it. So you guys will find out pretty soon. And we're really, really excited.
So it's kind of in between just opening an email and doing a big one. It's kind of like
in the middle. I think you guys will like it. Yep. It's like a double question.
Double question.
What do you think Baby Basham is? And do you have a preference? What would you prefer?
Okay. Deep down in my soul, in my heart.
In your heart.
In my heart. I think it's a girl.
You think it's a girl?
I think it's a girl. Ever since you got pregnant, I just had this feeling like, I think it's a girl. And I also heard you get morning sickness earlier if it's a female. That might be a myth. I don't know.
You never really know.
But I do feel like it's a girl. I'm going to take that question and throw it back to you.
Okay, so for me personally, before I got pregnant, I would always say that I was going to be a boy mom. But I think I said that because I really wanted to be a girl mom. Like you said, like I've always wanted girls. But I felt like I would be a boy mom because my sister has all boys. And then like your sister had a boy. So I feel like it's just like boys, boys, boys. And so I went and then I actually fell in love with like boy names. Like I was just like, when I'd make my list of boy names, I just love my boy names even more. And then at church one day I had a lady come up to me and basically say like she had a dream about me. But anyways, she told me that she had a dream about me and I had a little daughter and she had blonde hair and pigtails, and that she told me your time is coming, like God is gonna bless you one day with your baby, don't worry, your time is coming. That was like, how many months ago?
I don't know, but all of a sudden a month later you're pregnant, I think.
No, she told me that a few months ago. It was, I want to say 3 to 4 months ago. And then I had a dream and I had a name in that dream and that name just stuck with me and it was a little girl's name. So then I went from thinking I was going to be a boy mom to then thinking I was going to be a girl mom, but then I thought I would never be a mom. So now that I am, I genuinely like don't know. Like everyone keeps telling me you're having a girl, you're having a girl. Everyone keeps being like, oh, her, like they call my stomach a her and like make it seem like the baby in there is a girl, which we don't know yet. And so like I don't really know. I don't care. But I guess if I had to pick, like you said, like if God was like, you get to pick, I'd probably say a girl first and then maybe a little boy second.
Yeah.
But the thing is I'm so in love with our boy name and I'm so in love with our girl name that like I genuinely am just excited to know so then I can start like praying over them with their name, having their name, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So either way, I'm excited. I'm gonna be really excited and not disappointed in any way ever.
Yeah, exactly. I 100% agree. Either way, I'm over the moon.
Excited.
Boy, girl, don't matter to me.
Don't matter to me. A lot of questions on what did we do different this cycle, and I will say this was a cycle we did the least on because
literally
all we used was pre-seed, and I will say we use pre-seed every time because just in case, like what if this is the time? So we would use pre-seed every time whatever. So, you know what I mean. So, the only thing we did this cycle...
No, what do you mean?
The only thing we did this cycle was use pre-seed, and
that's pretty much it.
Literally it.
Well, I mean, of course we tracked, like...
Well, I know my cycle. Like,
yeah, we both know it. So, I mean...
So yeah, all we did was use pre-seed, and then I've always take a prenatal, so I was taking prenatals, and so that was literally the only thing was pre-seed and prenatal, so... And it worked.
And honestly, the biggest difference was me and Drew came together and we said, you know what? And I think this is why. We came together and we said, you know what? We've tried all the extra stuff. We've done the palm juice. We've done everything. And we pretty much just said, God, we're trusting in you and we want your will and we want your way and we're putting this in your hands. And that was that. And that was the month we got pregnant. It was always in God's hands, but I think we were always just trying to do it ourselves as far as like using all this extra stuff to try to make it happen.
Exactly.
And
that usually works for some people. That usually works for some people.
But for us, it never worked. The moment we stopped doing that and just said, you know what, God?
Then to the next question. How did I know I was pregnant? Because in the video, Gabe said I knew it. My mom said I knew it. And then I kept saying I knew it. So what happened was I had shown signs, like it was a lot of weird things happening. My mood, I was extra hungry, and then it was just, I felt really weird. Like
you were very fatigued.
And like it was one of those things where like I felt like I had low blood sugar. Like I was hangry. Like I was so hungry. And so we kept saying like, you're pregnant, you're pregnant. Well, I was 10 DPO and I took a test that morning and that night. negative as can be. No line, no.
And then that's why I was upset because the whole time I was thinking she was pregnant. The way she was acting, the way she was feeling.
Like my whole family was like, "You're pregnant." We went on a family trip to Louisiana, and everyone was like, "You're pregnant." I was like, "No, I'm not." Like, y'all quit saying that because I'm not. And then, literally 2 days later, we find out. But anyway, so what happened was, it was 10 DPO, and I took a test that morning and that night, and it was completely negative. And usually when you watch TTC videos, people find out at like 8 DPO. And I'm over here at 10 with absolutely nothing. And then it's the next morning, I take a test, Gabe's getting ready to go fishing, and I'm getting ready to go have lunch with my friend. So I take a test, and I took one of the little cheapies, and I look at it, and I'm like, there's no way. There's like a shadow on this. So I bring it to Gabe, he's laying in bed, and he has his phone, he's looking at it with the flashlight, and he's like, babe, I don't wanna like tell you that there's a shadow there, but I think there's a shadow there, but he's like, I don't wanna get your hopes up, so just throw it away, don't even look at it, and we'll take another one tonight. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, like whatever. So I just kind of tossed it away.
And then I got up and went fishing.
And then I got up and I went live, I made my coffee, I got dressed, I was getting my clothes on to go to meet my friend for lunch. And I just had it in me. It was just this weird feeling in me to like take another test. And usually I don't take the first response tests until like later in the cycle because those are, one, expensive, and two, I feel like you get more of an accurate line on them because the cheapy ones sometimes are like a blur. And I just kept looking at the cheapie when I took that morning, and it had that like gray line. Yeah. And so, what?
No, I'm listening.
Okay, and so I kept looking at it. I was like, okay, so I'll take a first response. And I hadn't video. So I just kept thinking about it. So I took the first response, and what was crazy is I didn't video any of my testing this cycle. Like I told myself, I was like, I'm not gonna video, because in my mind.
And the crazy part was we actually got it on video.
Yeah, so the thing was, in my mind, I was like, I don't want to jinx it. And I don't really believe in jinxing, but I was like, I don't want to video nothing. Like I want to just test and then just be pregnant. But for some reason, I was like, since there's this faint line, I'm just gonna video it. And then I videoed it and it was there. And I didn't believe it because the line was so faint. And I've watched so many line progression videos. And I'm sure if you've tried to conceive, comment down below. Like on your 2-week wait, you literally look up every single video possible. And
which makes it even harder.
Makes it even worse because you compare everything. And then you
and
symptom
nobody's
spot,
the same.
Nobody's the same. And so I went ahead and saw that. So I ran to HB, y'all saw the video, tested. And then I think just recently in the last like 2 weeks, I've stopped testing. I've just been trusting in God and knowing that I'm pregnant, and I obviously feel the symptoms of being pregnant. But I wanted to say, if you're new pregnant and you have those doubts and you're testing like crazy, you're not alone. I am a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in not being fearful, but I was there, I was you, I was testing like crazy. But the feeling of truly giving it to God, I will say, is very freeing. Yeah. And also having a partner to pray with and be there for me. I will say I wouldn't be so, I guess I don't know how to say it, less fearful if I didn't have Gabe as my partner. Like I just want to say like, thank you so much. Like I tell him every day, like him pep talking me and just constantly reminding me that God has me. Like God wouldn't have taken us here if he wasn't going to bless it, if he wasn't going to do what he said he can do. And so I feel like having Gabe constantly remind me and being there for me has helped me so much and eased my anxiety in this pregnancy. And I just wanted to add that in, like, thank you so much. I love you. I love you. And if you're there, you're not alone. It's a normal feeling. I just like a lot of people don't talk about it because once you find out you're pregnant, you're supposed to be happy. And I am happy. I'm over the moon. But the fear and the unknown is still very scary. And it's okay to be scared, but it's also okay to give it to the Lord and let him take care of it. And like I said, I'm so glad that I did that. The biggest question of the day.
I don't even know what it is.
Can you see the light in the mirror over there?
Yes, you can. I just now noticed that.
That's embarrassing. We're gonna show our child's face on the internet, and how do we feel about that as a Christian and as, I guess, new parents? You first.
Oh, me first? You put me on the spot? Okay, so here's my opinion on you. So I feel like, okay, there's a big difference between showing your child on the internet and exploiting your children. That is completely different. Just because you show your child's face does not mean you're exploiting your child. That's number one. Also, now let's talk about exploitation. Me and Drew have no desire to exploit our child. We had our social media stuff going before we were even married, well before we had a child. So I really don't see a huge shift in our content to be. Maybe, yeah, we'll have a kid in our videos because it's going to be our baby and it's our life.
Yeah.
But it's not going to switch from our life to, okay, this is
day in the life of
our baby.
Yeah,
what did my baby eat today? No, it's not going to be stuff like that. And I feel like, and if there's people that do that, they're the parent and that's their wishes.
Yeah.
And they have it, you know, every right to do what they want to do with their kid. But for me personally, and I know for Drew as well, we do not plan on exploiting our children at all.
Yeah. That comes to like the next question, which I feel like it's kind of like the same question in itself, talking about the baby, talking about our life. Me and Gabe, social media is so different than others. There's people that are influencers, there's people that are content creators, and I feel like we are just lifestyle people. We post our life. Like there's not any like rhyme or reason to our postings. Like I post my coffee, I post what we eat for dinner, I post what we do, I post us shopping, I post
it's pretty much
decorating.
just everything.
So I feel like our videos aren't going to change. Like I got a comment like saying, is this going to be about being a mom now? Is your content going to be mom content now? And the thing is I don't really know where it's going to go, but I personally don't feel like it's changed that much. I feel like we're still kind of showing the same things. And I kind of like what Gabe said is our content is going to maybe shift a little bit because we're going to have a baby, but it's still going to be the same things. Taste test, hanging out, our everyday life,
cooking
daily
dinner,
vlog, cooking, you know, those type of things.
Going, going out and having fun with friends, all just the stuff we usually show.
The same things we usually do, we'll just have a baby now.
We'll just have a plus one.
And if I'm not feeling well that day, we're going to talk about how I'm feeling that day. So I feel like our content really isn't going to change per se. It's just going to be add-on.
It's just a new chapter.
Add-on, new chapter.
It's just a new chapter.
Kind of like going from being in high school, because we started when we were in high school, then we got engaged, then we got married, and then now this is the next chapter. This is the next day.
Because this is really a documentation of me and Drew's life.
Yeah.
And the different stages we're in. Just like you said, like looking at us now and then going back to our first YouTube video 2 or 3 or 4 years ago.
5 years ago.
Okay, 5 years ago. I don't even know. And it's a huge, we're not even the same people.
Literally, when I go back and watch our old videos, I'm like,
we're not even,
girl.
We're different people.
Yeah, in a good way.
In a good way. We've grown, we've learned, we've matured. There's a lot of things that have changed.
I agree.
And I feel like that our content will continue to mature and change as we mature and change, but not just because you're pregnant or something, we're gonna exploit our child. So it's not gonna be all about a baby now. It's not gonna be all about Drew being a mom now.
Yeah.
It's just a family page.
And it might be like 6 videos of us going to the doctor's appointment, and then we're gonna do like 10 videos of us cooking. We don't know.
It's a good mixture.
We're gonna do a good mixture. We're not gonna just exploit my baby because I'm already having a hard time sharing my baby. Like I don't want to show nobody like any pictures. I don't even want to show Gabe. I'm like, it's my baby. I'm just kidding.
Guys, this is the end of the video. We didn't get into too many questions because me and Drew both like to ramble.
We're a ramble bamble.
We really are. But guys, if you have any more questions for us pertaining to the pregnancy or pertaining to anything, comment down below. Put them in the comment section. We would love to answer some more questions on another Q&A video.
If you guys enjoyed this video, we love you guys so much. We are so grateful and thankful for everything you guys have said and done for us the last few weeks. You guys have been over kind to us in the comments and just in the DMs and things like that. So we love you so, so much. You guys have a great and wonderful day, and we're going to see you guys on the next one. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys. We're going to catch you on the next one. Peace.